So our next speaker is the co-founder and chief architect of OnChain, and he's also the founder of the Ontology Network. He's got 16 years of experience in IT and financial technology, and the author of Industry and Information Technology Blockchain Reference Standards. It's a really awesome project. I think you guys are going to enjoy this a lot, so please help me welcoming to the stage Lee Duin.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone, and hope you're enjoying your lunch and enjoy the fantastic show. And today, the first section in afternoon, I want to introduce a secret project, Ontology. A lot of people have heard about Ontology, but I guess no one very clear understand or know about details about what Ontology actually is and what Ontology currently is doing for that. And I'm founder of Ontology, also co-founder OnChain. Neo and Ontology all link a security company OnChain, backend. And so today I'm discussing about Ontology, what it actually is. First things, I always be asking, what is Ontology? A lot of people ask, so, okay, are you a distributed identity framework or protocol? The answer is yes, it's part of Ontology. And also everybody asks as kind of the digital data exchange protocol. And I think, yes, also part of Ontology. But Ontology actually is more large scope than that. I have not do a very clear definition for the Ontology because it's kind of difficult to describe that right now, very clear about Ontology. So I try to summarize Ontology to 2 points, important points. First one, the public blockchains with new architecture. The highlights is blockchain. It's not only one single blockchain, it's blockchains. I will talk about that in more details later. Another, of course, plus is another second point is the platform for the distributed trust ecosystem. Also, we talked to 2 points in this speech for that. And the first part is public blockchains with new architecture. So beginning this topic, let's talk about public blockchain, the success and challenges. In OnChain, I was leading teams, finished lots of projects and solutions for enterprise, for financial institutions, for governments. This kind of, we call him, is a private blockchain and a permissioned blockchain. They can work very well, technically. But when we review the business process, we figure out that permission or private blockchain or permission blockchain is not a very suitable business process right now. For blockchain, a kind of decentralized trust in a large scope, public blockchain still is a major platform for that. And also, we can find a lot of successful case in public blockchain. Neo, of course, include Ethereum, and they have a large scope for digital assets. But when we want to link our digital assets to the real business case, to our real world, we will find the challenging things coming, the issues coming. Actually, it has lots of different issues or challenges for public blockchain right now. The 2 important points is, first one, performance. It's very clear, like Ethereum, a large is ICO, or even a game, that is slowed down, the performance slowed down very quickly. The second point is actually more important for the performance. When we talk about a lot of the real requirements from a traditional industry, they want to build their blockchain service and blockchain solutions. The one thing is they have their specific requirements. The requirements not only the difference between the different dApps, it's kind of deeply customization requirements. They have their own governance model with different consensus model requirements, and they have own permissions policy, even their own regulation requirements. So this kind of, we find only one public blockchain with quite stable governance model or consensus model or even the policy cannot match or meet every requirement, specific requirement from different scenarios or industries. So the public blockchain is a good solution for them, but they have a lot of issues and a lot of special requirements. So how to do that in next generation for the public blockchain to do that is for. And Ontology is trying to use a new architecture to do that part. It's called chain network. That means Ontology, we are not owning one public blockchain. It's multiple. The multiple, we have the one or multiple common blockchain, private the common service for many different scenarios or business. But the different industry or business company or even government financial institutions or even kind of ecosystem, small kind of ecosystem, they can build their own business blockchain based on that. We can call them sub-blockchain. And they can use inter-chain protocols to work together. But the protocols, when we mention the inter-chain protocols, they have several points. Just mentioned the NeoX is inter-chain protocols with a hash lock without any third party. And the Cosmos with third-party hub to do the inter-chain data exchange, digital assets exchange. And also have the Pocta. They use the relay chain to take over the sub-blockchain's consensus process. It's more deeply inter-chain protocol. But when we review that, different blockchain is just like different countries. We cannot use one kind of contract to define our relationship. It depends on your scenario and the different business case. That means we need a blockchain, the protocol, inter-chain protocol group. Even kind of the identity mapping between the different account systems, also kind of interchain the cooperation. So Ontology network, chain network, we use more flexible way to do that is we can support different protocols for the interchain. Have our own protocols to support the interchain for identity mapping, for data exchange, for digital assets exchange, but also we will to implement to support some famous or important interchain protocols. That means real business can have their option to choose different protocol for their different scenario and for their different business case. So that is the infrastructure for the Ontology to do that. For single blockchain, we will private two parts. This is Ontology common, private common service. Another is Ontology customization. Is a framework to help people to easily to build their blockchain, to do the deeply customization, to build a blockchain with different consensus modules, different storage mechanism, or even different peer-to-peer protocols. You can define your own blockchain very quickly and integrate it to the Ontology network to do the cooperation with other blockchain. So that is chain networks protocol. The first level is chain networks and the modules and protocols and the applications, and then a lot of the business scenario can run on that. You can run more business based on that and scenario to do that. Scenario partner will do more scenario based on the structure. So I just, this part where we quickly, because a lot of content, I quickly go through that. But when we have those kind of infrastructure, is that good enough for public blockchain to support a real business scenario? Maybe not yet. What you figure out is this is still kind of digital assets ecosystem. The link with the real world is still very weak. So how to support the real world scenario? We need another kind of system. That is second point is dispute trust ecosystem. So when we talk about trust, all the blockchain solution or projects should be improvement or enhancement or support the trust issues. Otherwise, the centralized service, centralized system, more better than blockchain, definitely. So we have a lot of the trust categories. We have called, I have summarized the three categories for the trust. From the technology, why blockchain is so popular as a revolutionary solution? Because they maybe provide a whole mechanism, ecosystem, just build the trust based on technology without anything others. awarenessing other factors. But when you review your real world, you will find most things be supported by the legal system, your house, your car, or even many things. When you argue about those kind of things and this kind of your business process contract, legal system still is major trust power, trust source. But technology plus the legal system is still not enough. You can find the community, people by people, and people by people also is kind of the trust system based on that. So all those categories for the build the trust ecosystem, we find we have a lot of tools or system to build that. But when we review our real daily life and real business environment, you will find we still have a lot of trust issue be there. Okay, there I have a list. I don't want to explain one by one and just list maybe everyone you can figure out more about that. So the vision is when we want to link to the real business case, we need an integrated system to integrate different trust source and process, but use a more single, automatically way to use that. Because currently the trust source you can do that is very high cost. And every individual have know those kind of tools support you to control your data and your trust information. So that is the second part of ontology, to build the distributed trust system or network. So that ontologies, one is infrastructure, another is connector. So I want to talk about some scenario about distributed trust system based on that. First, of course, is identity. When you review identity, not only from the government or EID or passport, you will find a lot of ways you can prove yourself. The identity from the many different trust sources, from government, from school, from a company, from university, even from community, from your friends, from your family. Everyone can be the trust source. Everyone can private your identity verification service for others. So, but currently we have not do that. Most trust sources from government, EID, passport, or even from company or university. Because we have not kind of public platform or tools or networks help us to control to do this way. So distributed identity system is support for this part. So that means a dispute identity framework, they can link different trust sources to do that. Ontology have implemented the W3C's DID protocol completely. That is the first one, public blockchain, to implement this part, whole the protocol for that. Also include the verifiable client mechanism. You can claim everything about you. Something I like, what kind of color you like, you can say that, and everyone trusts you. But what kind of experience you have, maybe just you saying something, people don't trust you 100%. They need some other trust source prove your claim. So this kind of verifiable claim linked to distributed identity system, you can build your every data to prove yourself. That means in next phase, in future, everyone have a trust package for you. Whenever you go, you can use the trust package to prove yourself, use different information. To apply a job, to apply a financial service, you can use the trust package. Everyone can prove yourself. That means the risk control is handled by yourselves, not financial institution. So that means everyone can be the trust source in ontology. So same idea we can use to the objects. Who create the objects and who own the objects, what kind of data is being recorded, the object life cycle. So that have the different the process and different data tracking system. So that is multiple source identity system for objects. So that means you can ontology to manage your data and your tracking record for the data and for the objects. And similar, the idea for the content is similar. The article, the music, your picture, your video also can use this way to manage it. And once you can manage those kind of information, you can do the trading and exchange. So that means content generation and trade also can be supported in this process. And a lot of security and data protection will be supported in those modules process. That means you can build your own distributed content exchange or ontology for different industry, for different country. And then, an important part, dispute data exchange. Currently, we are in a big data age. But when you review the big data, you will figure out a lot of issue for the big data. The two important is people don't willing to share their data. When you share that, you share the data, you lost it. So you only need to share the result, calculation result. You can keep data on your site. Just give the calculation result to work together each other, like the AI training, you can do that. So ontology also supports a complex data exchange protocol, not an exchange application. Exchange protocol integrated with a smart contract. That means everyone can build your own distributed data exchange or ontology for different business case, scenario, and industry, even different countries. So more on, and of course, collaborative system, dispute system can do the different process cross the companies, cross industry, even cross country. You can use the public chain platform to do that, support that. Okay. I will be quick because a lot of content, the time is a limitation. Okay. Now I want to highlight two things. One is dispute community. When you can't build a community, it's difficult to control which kind of member will be joining, where is background. With the disputed identity and data verification system, you can easily build your community, very easily. Control which kind of member can come in, which kind of information you want to share. So it's a kind of disputed Facebook or even disputed Twitter. You can build on the public blockchain to do your application based on that. Okay, build your own dispute community. Reputation system. In US, I guess the credit score. In China, have the Sesame credit score from Alibaba. But there only is kind of the e-commerce history. But the credit score be used to be many different scenarios. But that's only is a very small part of information from everyone. So in the future, we suppose everyone should have different, multiple credit score based on different information to evaluate your credit, evaluate your history. So everyone can build based on different information, build your disputed reputation system, or build your rating score or ontology. If people or other business want to use your logic, yes, you can build the logic be there, private to the different real business scenarios to do that. Okay, finally, the final scenario I want to show is kind of financial service, just like I have mentioned. If before, the data are controlled by yourself, and the identity verification also can control the linked by yourself. That means the financial service, the game rules be changed. The rule changed. The risk control will not be handled by the financial institution, but will be done by yourself. You can prove yourself with many different information. That means you can apply your financial service for many banks. They depend on what kind of information you can prove. You not rely on the banks or financial institutions. You can control your financial service, what kind of financial service I want to apply, because I can prove myself. I can do risk control by myself. That is a role change for the financial institutions. Okay, of course, you can build an inclusive financial service on ontology as well. But in China, you need to have a license for that. Okay, let's have more scenario. I guess a lot of people from a different industry, you can think of those kind of example. I just want to show a way to reanalyze how to reform your current real business process based on kind of disputed trust ecosystem and environment. And you will figure out, okay, that is a new business process. new business model, and maybe new chance to build your business and service. You can find more in industry for that. So if a system or mechanism can change the business process and change our daily life in so large scope, we can call those kind of mechanism is next generation infrastructure. That is not only talk about ontology, it's talk about the idea about the distributed trust network. So the ecosystem, ontology will focus on, just as I mentioned, is infrastructure and the connector. All those business cases, we welcome all the partner to build the application on ontology. Maybe you start your startup, your business on ontology. We welcome and we'll give the strong technical support for every kind of industry application for that. So we have a lot of partners, the verification service private. They can be company, can be government, can be everyone to private your service. Application service and of course community and individuals. All those we call them ontology family. And ontology will put a lot of reward plan for the whole community. It's more than 20% total token will be the reward plan for the community, technical and ecosystem and application for that. And the final topic is people don't want to mention about that, especially in blockchain community. Regulation, but the regulation still exists. Actually, we found one single public blockchain is actually cannot meet very specific regulation. They need their different governance model, different permission policy, different data protection the policy. So, but with a chain network, you can easily do the deeply customization to do your own blockchain to meet the specific regulation requirement, maybe from industry, maybe from a country, maybe from the different region or different legal system. That means you have the tools or have a mechanism to support those kind of specific requirements in public blockchain level. So I have mentioned the most talk about. I hope a very short introduction help people to know what the ontology actually do. If we just want to say one word about ontology, I still cannot get one word for ontology because they have a large scope and do many things. But we will focus on the low level, the infrastructure and the connector to support more application for that. And finally, I have one more thing. The thing is not about the technology and the product, it's about a gift for DevCon attendees. Today, everyone joining the DevCon will got 500 ONT token. Okay. Okay, you have the badge, and you can write down your email on your badge. And by the end of today or tomorrow, I suppose someone also coming tomorrow, you can by the end of tomorrow, you can send the badge with your email to the post of ontology post outside here, and we will send the email to you, tell you guideline how to get the tokens. And finally is a personal suggestion, hold your ONT, even you got it for free. Thanks.